Hi everybody, welcome to our International Karate Center's virtual classroom for today. In a short time frame, we're going to go over some basic fundamental skills and drills and requirements that you can practice while you're on a little bit of a break from school, or perhaps you're not able to get to class as often as you'd like. So we're going to get started right now. Let's start with our normal warm-up that we do. Put your hands on your waist. Move your head around a circle halfway one way, then the other way. This is much better for you to do it half circles than full circles for your neck. Move your head up and down. What do we like to normally say? Do you like to listen to your parents every day? So you shake your head yes. Do you like to talk back to your parents any day? Nope. So you shake your head nope. You even do a little bit of a side neck stretch. Slowly, you don't want to do these fast. Small circles with your arms. Bigger and really big. Let's go the other way. Bigger and really big. Move your hands back and forth. Touch those hands behind you. Yeah, let's do some jump jacks. Remember, this when you place your feet apart, go apart, your hands go up, place your feet to the hands come down. Here we go, ready? Each, knee, san, shi, go, ro, sich, touch, ku, ju. So 10 more. Each, knee, san, shi, go, ro, sich, touch, ku, ju. Hai! Go. Yeah, step out to a kibara to the horse hands. Hai! So our trunk twisting. Ichi. Knee. San. Shi. You have to move your ankles, keep your knees in place when you do that. Okay, so our back stretching. Ichi, reach toward the floor in between your legs twice. Place your hands in the small of your back and lean back. Push your hips forward a little bit, but don't fall down. Knee. Keep those toes forward in a good kiba. San. Shi. Yo. Let's reach over to the side this way. I really like this one. Really feels good to my sides. One more on this side. And one more on this side. Good. Guys, have a seat to one knee, other knee. Put your arms out in front of you. Staying on your knees. Let's get in our stomachs and straighten your arms and lift up your head. And back. Let's do our cat-cow. Sink your body. Head is up. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Spin around. Feet out and bring them back in and grab your feet. Elbows inside your legs. Pressing with your elbows into your knees, put your head down toward the floor. Okay, grab your left foot with your left hand, stretch your leg out toward the side here, 45 degrees. Try to keep your posture straight the best you can. Bring it back, all the way out. Bring it back one more time, all the way out. Other foot, other hand. That's your right foot with your right hand out. And one more time. So you're exhaling. Bring it back. Make feet apart. Rotate your ankles in circles. And reverse the other way. Shake your legs. Okay, with feet apart, grab this foot with this hand or the hand over top, put your ear towards your knee and reach. Now the other side, reach. Ideally, holding this for about 30 to 60 seconds each time is best served in providing that stretch. Let's go one more time on this side. One more time on this side. There we go. And then, of course, we like to do our crunches and our push-ups, and that we'll let you do on your own. And we like to do approximately 20, 30 of those each. Would be just really good for you. And stand up. Let's do our breathing exercise. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Okay, let's get moving into our fundamental skills that we're going to work on today. Okay, let's step back to your front stance, step with your left leg back up. Hey! Okay, let's work a little bit of our Tai Sabaki and body shift. In fact, I'm going to stand back up here. Okay, we'll start by putting your hands in your waist like this, and you know we oftentimes will do this exercise once we've done our warm-ups, just to remind us of how our body should be moving with our waist and our shoulders and our hips. So while keeping your head still and being relaxed, we're going to just turn our body one direction like this without changing the foot position or your knees, just moving from your waist up. We call this body shift, body twist, or Tai Sabaki. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Now from here, we're going to apply that same concept to our striking, blocking kind of actions as we do ordinarily. So we're back in that front stance and just work the reverse punch. And so you notice in our practice, we like to have our waist and shoulders facing out a little bit 45 versus having it completely square. When we're doing the reverse punch, we want to think about punching with that back hand, the fist off that back leg. And as we do that, we know that we're turning the knuckles from down to up and turning toward the end of the punch. So it's not turning the wrist over first, it's turning it really toward the end. And as we do that, we want to think about keeping that elbow in tight to our side. So it was said to me many years ago when I was first beginning my training in martial arts, that if you keep the arm, feel that against your side as it goes out, the arm goes out, and make sure the punch is going to your center, the other retracting hand does the same thing, pulling quite tight to the side. So keeping the elbow in, and we'll try it again. So our waist is out this way, shoulders about 45 degrees or so. We're going to twist our body in, and now we're 45 degrees the other direction. And one way you can help do that is being certain that the retracting hand pulls back as far as you can. Let's go 1 and 2. Make sure you exhale when you do the technique. So each time, we're trying to, while at the same time making sure the front stance, that both feet are facing forward the best you can. So what we don't want is have that back foot turned out to the side. We like to have the back foot forward the best we can, the back leg bent a little bit so we have the ability to rotate the hip and shoulders and back. So what I want you to do now is I want you to practice on your own by doing 20 of these with your right hand. Then you're going to change feet and do the same thing with shoulders out, turn it in, 20 on this side as well. So we're going to give you some time to go ahead and do that, and we'll start again. Now that you're back and you've practiced those reverse punches, now we're going to practice a straight punch. So we'll step back into that front stance again. And you'll remember that the straight punch is with the front punch or a forward punch. Front punch. So use your back hand up as your guard. Same thing happens again. Our 45-degree angle is this way, and pulling this hand back helps you achieve that, and remembering that we don't want to change the knee position as you punch. So you don't want to pull this back like this as you punch. You want to keep it in the same spot. So, which is also true of the reverse punch. So as you're punching, same thing, rubbing the elbow against your side as the punch goes out, as well as returning hand rubbing that side so there's no gap at all. And then put the guard back up. So we're working 45 this way, 45 this way, without moving your head. And exhale as you do that. And you want to look at the punch when you're done. Be certain that you could draw a line between the first two knuckles right to your chest. And for our purpose right now, we're doing a straight punch and reverse punch to the chest or body area. We can punch higher or lower another time. But right now, we're going to focus on chest punch. Exhale as you do that. Twist the body from this direction by pulling this hand back far here, and pulling this hand back far here helps to twist the body as you need it to happen. Okay, so what I want you to do now is practice 20 of those on your left side and 20 on your right side, and we'll return again. Welcome back. Now, next segment is we're working our basic fundamental front kick. And you know, the front kick is probably the most basic kick, and yet it's probably the most effective kicking. And generally speaking, while it seems so very simple to do, it requires many years to really perfect the action. What we need to remember with all kicks is that we get the knees up high before we kick, and when we're done kicking, then next we have to have the toes up, ankle up, locked up. So we don't want to kick with a loose foot, a loose ankle, because we could hurt the foot upon impact, whether you're working on the bag or should you have to protect yourself, which I hope you never have to, but if you did and you kicked with your foot in the wrong position or loose, then of course you would hurt yourself. So let's do a little knee raising exercise first. So put both arms up like this and you'll remember that you want your knee to go to your hand, not your hand to go to your knee. So one knee up, then the other knee, one knee up, the other knee. So about, do roughly about 10 of these with each leg. Then the next thing to consider is we're going to do this in a stationary position with our feet shoulder width apart for our purpose right now. So what we want to think about is being certain the knee is chambered completely before we extend the leg with your ankle up, toes up. So what we don't want it to do is to kind of swing the leg up and kick at the same time while we're raising the leg up. What happens is, besides it not being an effective action, you end up losing your balance and lifting this foot off the ground because your foot isn't completely chambered before you've made the kick happen. So with your guard up like this, and having this other leg bent just a little bit, the knee bent just a little bit, you'll find it easier for your balance is to raise the leg up. We're going to kick out, bring it back, and put your foot down. We're going to raise the knee up, pause, kick, back, down. Now try the other leg. You'll notice that the toes up, ankle up, out, back, down. Knee up, out, back, down. And knee up, out, back, down. And when doing so, we oftentimes will snap that kick really fast like this, but for our purpose right now, we're going to extend the leg out the best that we can, straighten the leg, bring it back, foot down. So you see that the leg is pretty much straight out there before you bring the leg back. So now what I'd like us to do now is practice 20 of those from a stationary position with the right side, and then repeat the same thing with the left. And in the process of doing so, making certain that we don't turn the foot that we're standing on, whereas with the side kick and roundhouse kick, and some other kicks that we know that we do, we like to have that pivot or turning on the support foot. With the front kick, we want it to be completely stationary and that it doesn't move. So I want you to think about that while you're making the kick happen, and watch your balance, and if you exhale and tighten up your belly, that'll make it work even easier for you. And keep your guard up while you're kicking. You don't want your arms flopping around, so arms up, other hand to your side, chamber, out, back, and put your foot down. Do 20 of those each side, and we'll see you shortly. Okay, we're going to do the self-defense movement. This will be for both young kickers and for beginners, called the pull and push. And of course, as always, the first thing we want to do in any given circumstance when someone were trying to attack us or grab us, if we could, talk to the person trying to resolve or stop the problem without fighting. That said, first thing then against the wrist grab, the right hand, the right wrist in this case, we're going to distract the tension by touching with the front kick to the knee. Perhaps that'll stop everything. If nothing else, it loosens up the person's grip. We're going to put the other hand by the shoulder, step back, and pull and push. So we touch the knee with the front kick. Hand goes on top, the other hand pulls back. It's like retracting the hand from a punch. Notice how we turn the waist as we step back. Once more. Hey! Then the counterattack, which implies that we're doing something more to make sure we stay safe if the need would dictate that, would be the front kick, pull and push. Then we're going to execute a higher front kick, probably to the groin area. Put that foot behind us. Now we're in a front stance. We lunge forward, reverse punch, hey! To the face. So we front kick low, pull and push, front kick higher, and punch, hey! And again, front kick, we're grabbing, getting grabbed, we front kick, push, front kick higher, and hey! And want to do that both against the right grab and also the left grab. Making certain that we can touch your partner, but only touch. Except for the face, we don't want that punch to the face touching anybody. Go ahead and practice that half a dozen times on each side. Half a dozen with just a release, and the counterattack is only for the beginners who are basically 7 years old and older. For the young kickers, you can stay with just the pull and push movement. Okay, now in this next segment, we're going to work on our Ippon Kumite. And one of the neat things about Ippon Kumite is you can use a partner, if you have mom or dad or a brother or sister who could help you be the partner be the attacker for you, or you could just simply do it yourself. Now, if you happen to have a mirror that you can stand in front of, that of course makes it even better yet. But you can do these on your own without having a partner as well. So let's go through the first set. And you'll remember that for every set that we do, there's always, how many steps do we take? 2. That's right, you got it right. 2 steps on every one. Okay, so here comes the first one against the face punch. Okay, we're gonna step back. Here's the first step, and we're taking that foot behind you like a position of an L. So the heels are pretty much touching. Then we're gonna do the rising upper block. We're gonna bend the knee. Without changing this leg at all, this foot slides out. Then we're gonna do the reverse punch. And while ordinarily we have returning actions, the retracting of the opposite hand, in this case, we're gonna leave that block up there. So we're gonna step back and block. We're gonna bend the knees, slide this foot out, punching, retract the punch, then pull back up again. Let's try it again. Let's do this with me now. Step back, bend, slide out, making sure this hasn't changed, punch, and back up. Let's try it one more time. 1, 2, 3, punch. Hey! Now as you get more experience with it, it might be 1, 2, 3. Hey! But for our purpose right now, we're going to break it down. 1, 2, 3, pow. And of course we do it from the same thing on the other side. We're going to step back into that L position, block up, bend, slide out, punching, pull back. So that means 1, 2, punch, pull back. 1, 2, and hey! And then back. The second one against the chest punch, we're going to do the outside forearm blocks. We're going to put this hand by the ear, and we take a step across behind like an X. Now we're moving chest to chest. That is, we're on the oblique here on this angle so that our chest is basically facing your opponent's chest. Finish the block, which comes to the center of your body. Step out into a kiba. Bend the elbow, back fist strike, back. Knowing that when we strike with the back fist strike, you're using the back, these first 2 knuckles to the face, and bring them back. Stand back up. Here's the first step. Here's the second step, and the back fist. Here's the first step, second, now, hey! And back up. And we do the same thing on this side. So we're going to cross behind ear 1, or shoulders waist 45 degrees here, step into kiba, back to strike. Again. Hey! And back. The third one is against a low punch. And we're going to do the same step that we did the first time. And we're going to step back like an L position, but this time we're going to do a down block with an open hand. So it's like a knife hand block down, or a down block with an open hand. So we're going inside the punch. Then we take a second step, is taking this front foot to the other foot, turn the foot, so we came 1, this foot turns, this one pulls back. We do a forearm block coming down, grab the wrist, pick it up, and we're going to execute a front kick, and then back down. Once more, step back, here's the first block, there's another blocking action, grabbing, kicking, and back. And one more time. Here's first step, second step, and then from the other side, against a left punch, we're stepping back with the other foot. That's, in this case, is my left foot. This action goes inside that punch. Step back with this foot and turn the other foot so they're pretty close together. Grab, pick up, kick. 1, 2, kick. And one more time. Hey! The fourth one is against a mid-punch, mid-level punch. We're going to step against the punch, left foot, right foot. Our feet are pretty close together. We're going to do a knife hand block. If we wish to, we can grab the person's wrist. We're going to point that knee. This foot will pivot have it turn behind us like this, and we're going to execute a roundhouse kick, mid-level. Step left, right, blocking, point that knee, there's the kick. Step left, right, point the knee, kick, right! Then from the other side, from the left punch, we'll step right, left, blocking, point the knee, kick. Stand back up. Step right, left, block, kick. And one more time. Step right, left, kick, right! And then back. So that covers the first set of Ippon Kumite. So what I would like you to do, whether you do this just by yourself or with another partner, do it as I did 3 times, 3 repetitions, each one from the right side and also the left side. So go ahead and do that now, and we'll return for more. Okay, now we're going to cover the second set of Ippon Kumite. And this will be primarily for those who are blue belts or going to blue belts and higher. So the first of the Ippon in the second set was against a straight punch to the face. So we're going to do a cross step, do an open hand upper block, sit in a kiba, and do a bottom strike mid-level, and back up. Not to be confused with the back strike, this will be a bottom strike. So we open up the gate, step 2, hey! Now from the other side, here's the first step, here's the second step, strike. Here's the first step, second step. Hey! Make sure you stay there long enough to complete the full action. The second one of the second set is also mid-level, is a mid-level punch. From right punch, we step left foot, pull right foot into a cat stance. Make sure elbow stays in, his hands tight to side, and these augmented blocks like this, the fingertips is close to the elbow. We chamber, front kick, out, back, and down. Hey! And back down. On the side, against the left punch. Step right, left. Hey! The third one against the mid-level punch is with a side kick. So once more, we're going to step left foot, right foot, but this time, as we block, our hip is turned a little bit, moving to the rib cage. We're going to chamber and then execute the side kick. Step left, right. You can grab the wrist if you choose to. Hey! Now go on the other side. Step right foot, left foot against the left punch. Hip is turned a little bit. Hey! And the last one is a mid-level punch, and we're going to do the turning back kick. First step with the right, left, turn, back. We step right, pull up left. So we step right, left, turn, and there's the back kick. All right. Going the other direction, we step against the left punch. We step left, right, turn, left back kick. Step left, right, pull, left back kick. Or if we did from this direction, it would be like this. All right? To get a different view of the same thing. That completes the second set of Ippon Kumite. So now I want you to go back and do three repetitions from the right side, 3 repetitions from the left side. And we'll come back for some more. Okay, we're going to explore now the third set of Ippon Kumite. This would be for students who are green belt and higher. In the third set, we begin against the right punch with the right foot forward. Hands are as such, in place here. First step is to the right, then left foot goes in. Now it doesn't have to be a big step, and this one replaces the other foot. So we're going 1, 2, 3. Right, then in left, but not a big step. Hey! On the other side, we step left, in the right. Hey! The second one of the third set is mid-level punch. We will start with our left foot forward. Hands are in place. We're going to take this left foot behind the right. Move now around an angle this way against the right punch. There's a shudo, and we're in a back stance. So our left foot is forward. This foot comes behind. This foot replaces the other foot. And here we are. Hey! Going to the other side. Right foot comes behind the left. This left foot replaces the other one. And there's the shudo. Hey! Third one, mid-level punch, attack. We step over to the right like we did the very first one, step in with the left, and now we're doing a heel palm strike. Pull this foot back, and the right foot replaces the left, and the shudo comes straight down. And once more, we're more of a natural position, not necessarily in long stances. Step over right, left foot comes in, pull back, right foot goes in. Hey! Now from the other side, from the left punch. 1, 2. Hey! Last one. That's mid-level punch. We're going to turn step 1. Drive the front foot in using your waist to drive the power, end up in the front stance, and we're going to thrust this out and leave it there, pause. In contrast, a lot of movements we do are pulling the hands back. We're going to lock this one out, and that'll be end of 1, 2. Hey! Left punch. Here's the first step. Here's the second. Hey! That concludes the third set of Ippon Kumite. And for the practice, the same thing is going to take place. You should practice each one with 3 repetitions from the right side and left sides. Any of these, of course, you could do more than 3 repetitions, but at least minimum 3 repetitions for each action. Super. Get back to practice, and we'll see you soon. In the final segment, of course, in many classes, we like enjoying working with partners or have an exercise drill that's fun and gets the blood going and have a lot of fun with it. In case we do you can use an object like if you have something plastic or or perhaps a pillow from a couch if mom or dad give you permission to do that. Or if nothing else, you might be able to use a cardboard box top to use. And what now we're going to do is a reaction drill. Now you can do this yourself, but better yet, if you have a partner to do this with, they hold the paper about face level, and one person's going to say drop, and then the person's punching. His job is to punch the paper before it hits the ground, and preferably going straight out, not following it, not going this way, going straight out, 1, 2, like so. So the person holding it can say drop, drop. Hit the paper straight out. Drop. So let's do that about a dozen times against the right punch, with the right punch, and reversing and doing a dozen from the other side with your right foot forward to a reverse punch with your left hand. And have some fun with it. And if you're doing it with a partner, let them try it out too. I'm glad you enjoyed this practice today. And you can do this not only just one time, but you can use the same lesson whenever you feel like you want to practice those actions that we covered today. Thanks for meeting with us today. Look forward to seeing you next time in class.